video games, entertainment, and pop culture right here on the Arena Productions Live.
And we are live. Welcome into the Arena Productions Live. I'm your host, Expat, along with my co-host, Burlerman Gaming, for the Arena Productions Live for Wednesday, August 16th, 2023. So, Burley, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you, Expat?
Doing good. How was your Donkey Kong quest last night?
I was good. I beat through 2 more worlds on the game. I do enjoy the game, but I suck at platformers, and some of those bosses can get frustrating if you play Tropical Freeze.
Yeah. What worlds did you beat?
3 and 4.
Oh, nice.
Third one's just more your standard island levels, but it's the first of the rocket barrel levels, which I hate because you got to keep mashing that B button because if you go, because you'll run into things. And then World 4 is the underwater world.
Mm-hmm. So. Cool. Yeah. I haven't had a chance to play any games yet this week with all the content stuff. I put up a YouTube short for I Am Groot. I Am Groot. Yeah. So, and just working on stuff for the podcast this coming weekend and all. So hopefully tonight I'll be able to play a little bit of Jedi Survivor again, get back into that. So yeah, and get back into Diablo 4 on the Xbox side. I haven't done that yet. So yeah, I started, I'm like at level 25 or something like that.
Nice. Are you playing on the season or just the regular?
Just the regular. So, and I'm playing Jedi Survivor on the PS5. So
nice.
Yeah. So we got a good show for you here. It's already the middle of the week. So we're going to be talking about Geoff Keighley and his comments about opening night live. We're going to be talking about another game that's releasing today from releases.com. And in our entertainment section, we're going to talk about Miyazaki's new Studio Ghibli film, as well as some pictures from the cast of Back to the Future as well. We're going to talk about that. So, stay tuned for that. But first up, let's go ahead and jump into the first story, talking about Geoff Keighley. So good old Keighley here. So, and the link to the story I'm going to give to you guys here in just a second from Video Games Chronicle. So he says that this year's Gamescom opening night live is less about announcing new projects, but announcing new projects. That's basically what it is. I mean, what is he not telling us? You know, he's not telling us what is really going to happen, basically. Like, there's going to be a lot of trailers that are going to have less CGI, and there's just going to be a bunch of, cinematic trailers, and there's going to be a lot of advertisements, and there's going to be some, special celebrity thrown in there. That's what he's not telling us. Uh-huh.
Which celebrity are we getting this time? We've already had Nick Cage. So...
who knows? Maybe John Cena again or something.
No. They're going to go for the great.
Okay.
Christopher Walken.
Oh, okay. So anyway, speaking to VGC ahead of the August 22nd event, the host and producer said that viewers should expect mostly updates on announced games planned to release over the next 12 months. So basically, you're going to see, what he's not telling you is you're probably going to see 5 extra seconds of game footage that you have not seen yet.
Oh, those 5 seconds, man. I cannot wait. It's going to be the best 5 seconds.
Quote, it's going to be an exciting show with new looks at many announced upcoming games like Alan Wake 2, and we've already seen more of Alan Wake 2. And Black Myth Wukong, Keighley said, quote, this year's opening night live is less about announcing brand new projects and more about giving fans updates on some of the biggest games due out over the next year. So yeah, I mean, basically you're just going to see everything that you've already seen and maybe 5 or 10 seconds extra. And then you might get somebody on stage, one of the developers, saying, this is some great new, concept that we thought about and we decided to put into the game. Opening Night Live is the Game Awards produces regular pre-show presentation for the German Gamescom Expo, which last year took place in Cologne as an in-person event for the first time since 2019. Last year's show ran for just over 2 hours and featured more than 35 games. According to Keighley, Opening Night Live presents unique challenges compared to his other annual events, the Game Awards and Summer Game Fest, not just due to its European location, but also due to ties to partners exhibiting at Gamescom itself. Burley, is this too saturated? Is he doing too many of these shows?
Probably, yeah, he is. But Fryman says here in the chat, Christopher Walken will be in the new Dune film this year, so you might be onto something. And there's a few Dune games coming out, so you never know. But as for
that's what they said about Dave Bautista too. Dave Bautista is supposed to be in the next Gears of War film, or the first Gears of War film if they ever make one. But anyway, thanks for coming on in, Fryman. Appreciate you. So, yeah, Burley, go ahead.
Well, he does this, the Opening Night Live and the Game Awards. So it's 3 shows a year. It's just the timing between this and Opening Night Live is a little close. So these 2 events, it's a little like... You mean
you're referring to Summer Game Fest?
Summer Game Fest, yes.
Yeah.
That's my bad. So those 2 events are really close together, so I can see it there. But that he maybe spread a little thin here. Yeah. But I'm interested to see what we're gonna get for these announcements. Like, I'm sure either at this or Game Awards, you're getting the Elden Ring DLC. Wouldn't be surprised if we get something of it here on his opening.
It's just the thing is, I understand how he wants to have a presence in Europe. Mm-hmm. Where he's got the presence in LA for both Summer Game Fest and the Game Awards, right? But it's all about him wanting to have things live where all kinds of people can participate. Well, the problem is that, you can't do that everywhere globally unless you do something, like online or something. Just have one big global event. And then after that, have the Game Awards live.
Well, I think it's more that they're just giving him tons of this money here, and it's like, oh, they're gonna pay me. I'm pulling a number out of my ass here, $150,000 to come do this. Okay, I'll come do that.
Yeah, well, he's got relationships with the producers and those that are coordinating the on-floor events in Cologne as well. So I'm not surprised that that's why he's continuing to do this. So, yeah. But anyway, we shall see. So, good old Keighley. Yeah, it's coming up next week.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what we're gonna get. Are we just gonna get mostly games that we've already seen? How much new stuff or stuff that we haven't seen? Is this the showcase that Skull and Bones is going to come show themselves? Because next week, the closed beta starts again. Uh-huh. And it's like, they still, Ubisoft is like, yeah, that game's coming this year. It's like, when? We're at the middle of August now.
2 minutes of Skull and Bones we'll get. And then Fryman will get Christopher Walken playing Russian roulette on stage.
All righty. Greg, I will watch the hell out of that.
And if the gun doesn't go off, then Geoff Keighley has to announce a brand new title that's coming later in 2024 or 2025. There you go. No, but we know that's not going to happen. So that would be awesome if they had some kind of thing like that going on. Yeah. So, but anyway, okay. So Burley is speechless there. So anyway, it's time to move on. So we got a new game coming out, and it's coming in early access from today. It's called Blaze Blue Entropy Effect. So I'm going to show you that now. So I'm going to go ahead and play it for you. So let me go ahead and get it started. And this is from releases.com. And I'll go ahead and read the synopsis for you. Embrace the enthralling explorations and challenges with your characters, each uniquely customized through roguelike gameplay. Oh my goodness, another roguelike. Discover the truth of the world during the adventure and alter the course of human destiny through your choices. So it is available today on PC in early access. So what do you think, Burley?
Yeah, I like the art style. Hearing the words roguelike turns me off because
Yeah, that's what I was about to say that.
like another roguelike. But hey, no, the art style looks good, and it does look like this is going to be fast, fun gameplay.
Yeah.
So something to keep my eye on. Can't wait to hear from people how the early access, how it comes out.
Yeah.
How does this run on the deck? Does this run well on the Steam Deck?
Yeah. That would be a hell of a game to play on the Steam Deck, I think. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And Reaper says that sounds like fun.
Hey Reaper. Hey, welcome on in. Yeah, sounds like fun. Yeah, Reaper. Yeah, roguelites right up your alley, right? So, I don't know, man. I think I would probably enjoy it for about an hour, and then I would probably quit in frustration. Who knows? But yeah, Burley, he would probably quit within 2 hours. He'd play a little bit longer than me, I think.
I think maybe 3, but we'll see.
All right, we'll see. Yeah, me definitely not 3. After an hour, I'd probably slam the Steam Deck on the floor. So, all right. So next up, let's talk about our entertainment section of the show. So I'm going to get that going here in just a second. So Burley, what's your favorite Miyazaki film?
I've actually never watched any of his films. I'll be completely honest.
Really?
I've always mean to, like, because I used to, when I rent VHSs and stuff back in the day, I used to get the advertisements for them, but never watched any.
Huh. Interesting. Like, you've never seen Totoro or anything like that?
No, I've been always meaning to sit and watch it. I think one time it was on some sub streaming service. I could have watched it. Literally about to go sit down and watch it. I got called and wrapped into something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's interesting. This film that we're going to talk about here, it's called The Boy and the Heron in English.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but in Japanese it's called Kimitachi do Ikeruka, which in Japanese translation into English that means how do I live? How do you live? I'm sorry. How do you live? I mean, it's already out here in Japan. It came out on July 14th.
Oh wow!
So, and the reason why it came out early, it's right before it's like a week. It was a week before summer vacation for the kids out here. Schools got out like a week later, so boom, everybody goes to the movie theaters to watch the new Miyazaki film with their families. So anyway, we get images here, so let me go ahead and bring them up here from the film. So actually, there's like a gray heron here. So I already know about this film. It's been out for over a month here in Japan. So, but I'll go ahead and go to the X page. So you see some of these images here. Now,
X gonna give it to you.
Yeah. Haha. So I mean, this is a typical Miyazaki film. I mean, a lot of Miyazaki films are based on like Shinto, like gods and things like that. Gods that surround themselves in nature. Mm-hmm. And the beginning of the film, it's like still 1944 and it's the war, and of course Miyazaki was born during the war. He was born, I think, in 1941. And so it's very war intense in the beginning of the film, and it centers on a family and a boy growing up, but then his mother goes missing, and then the father basically marries the mother's younger sister, and then they're about to have a child, and he decides to run off because this heron is basically going to take the boy to where the mother and the other missing people are, and so into another realm, into another type of world. So that's all I'll say about it. But anyway, yeah, some other, so there's the heron there. Yeah.
I do love the art style, but hey, that's just sometimes what you have to do when your wife goes missing. You got to marry her younger sister. It's just how the world works. And Fryman says, "Blasphemy, Mr. Men Gaming, that I haven't watched any of these films. I will watch them. Which one's your favorite?" Everyone in the chat and expat.
My favorite is Spirited Away, and Princess Mononoke, so which is called in Japanese Mononoke Hime. So Hime means princess. So yeah, I love those films. But the things I love about them are when it comes to especially Mononoke Hime is the time period that it's taking place in. But like I said, it's very Shinto oriented when it comes to the gods. So because there's all this mysticism in Japan, about nature and how things live among nature. And it's interesting how, of course, you have the heron here, of course, in Ponyo, you had the river gods and all of that. So yeah, I mean, some interesting films, but I'm going to say this, and this might be a little controversial, but Miyazaki Hayao, he's a tyrant when it comes to Studio Ghibli and the people that worked below him. I mean, a lot of people left because of his style and the way he treated his artists and his staff. Yeah, just berated them. Treated them like subhumans, basically. And one of them went on to actually form another studio and created a film called My Name. And it basically won many awards. I think it won the Academy Award for Best Animated Film or Best Foreign Film. But yeah, I mean, just the type of guy he is. And he's very, how can I say? He's very inner to himself. He's not a type of person that likes to go out into the public. Mm-hmm. And when he won the Best Animated Film for Spirited Away, he would not go to the Academy Awards in LA to receive the award. He had one of his subordinates go to LA to pick up the Academy Award for him. And when the LA Times asked him why he didn't come, his reasoning for it was because the United States was bombing Iraq. So yeah.
Okay. So you're going to protest by not picking up the.
Yeah. But I mean, he has traveled abroad and everything. And don't get me wrong. I mean, he's a brilliant animator. And I mean, the storytelling is a lot of it's very family oriented, and it does have a lot of children's stories from international books thrown into a lot of his animation. But just the person that he is. And believe me, everybody is saying this is going to be his last film. He's 79 years old, but he will not quit. I'm telling you right now, this will not be his last film.
He's going to work till he dies.
He's going to work till he drops to the floor. Yes. So, I mean, that's just the type of person he is, and a lot of Japanese people, their work mentality is like that. So, yeah. I hope everybody can watch this film. It's good. I'm probably sure it's another great Studio Ghibli animation piece, but yeah, just wanted to let all of you know that about a little bit of the background of Miyazaki Hayao. So I mean, he's a great animator and all, but behind the scenes, there's been some stories about him and about his work ethic and how he treats other people. I was going to say, the word I was looking for was he's not an extrovert whatsoever. He's very introverted. And he does not like socializing and hanging out and especially when it came to traveling for his work, he hated that. So
Okay, we got Fryman in chat saying Spirited Away was his favorite, and Porca Rosa is a second close. And Fryman's also saying how he treated his son was pretty horrible too.
yeah, that's another story well documented. But anyway, so. All right, but anyway, those are some images from his latest film. Everybody's saying it's going to be his final film. I'm telling you right now, I will put some spiritual opium on this. It will not be his last film. 5 years from now, we'll see another one, probably 5 or 6 years from now. So The Boy and the Heron. So yeah, so those are the first images from that. So yeah, good stuff. So let me go ahead and get the next story up. So Burley and everybody out there, you must be fans of Back to the Future, right?
I enjoyed the films, but I am not huge into Back into the Future.
Back to the Future, Burley, not back into the future. Back to the Future. Come on, man, wake up.
I'm up. I haven't had that much spiritual opium. Just 4 cases.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay, so Back to the Future's 4 main actors reunite in a 2023 photo. So I'm going to show that here in a second. But Burley, what was your favorite Back to the Future film? Mine, obviously, is the first. I was a second-year high school student in 1985 when that came out. My friend actually owned a DeLorean that he drove to the high school. It was pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really cool, you know, and he had like a CB radio put inside of it. So, you know, my car and his car, we'd be talking, you know, driving around. So
Nice.
cool stuff. Yeah.
I'd probably say, yeah, the first is the best one of the 3. I think we can all agree number 3 was the worst.
Yeah. So in this story where they talk about this, I'll go ahead and show you the photos from this year. So we go down there. It is. Yeah. Biff. Good old Biff. Leia Thompson, yeah, of course, and yeah. So, and Dr. Brown. Yeah. Can you believe your fellow countryman, Burley, Michael J. Fox from Canada? He's 62 years old, and he was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease at 30.
Yeah.
Unfortunate, but yeah. So, and what's interesting is they talk about, you know, the fact that, you know, a lot of people want a 4th film.
Yep.
And they were talking to the co-creator, Bob Gale, about whether or not there's the possibility of making a 4th film. And he said that he wouldn't make another film, you know, with the original characters, because he said that it would be like selling his kids into prostitution. So I mean, Christopher Lloyd, he's 84 years old now. He's still acting, but he's 84 years old. So there's only so much that he could do. Michael J. Fox, he retired from acting in 2021 because the Parkinson's disease has got to the point now. I mean, he's controlled it for so many years, but now it's to the point where he's having problems memorizing lines for particular scenes. So yeah, I would say let it go. There's all this talk that there might be like a reboot, and I think that would even be a big mistake.
Anyone that thinks they should do a reboot, make like a tree and leave.
Good old Biff, yeah. Make like a tree and leave, yeah. Yeah, I don't see them doing this, and I wouldn't want them to. You know, I understand, you know, what, you know, Gail is saying there, that, you know, it doesn't make sense to do it at this point. Maybe 20 years ago, yeah, it probably would have made sense to do a 4th movie, you know, if they could have made a really good story from it. But now it's just, no, I don't think so.
Well, it's the Kobayashi Maru. It's the no-win scenario. Don't do it. Don't remake it. Just leave it alone. Like, I'm not that big into Back to the Future. I'll be completely honest. I like 1 and 2, but like that they're on. If like I see them on the TV, yeah, I'll sit down and watch them.
Mhm.
But they were never films that I like grew up in that I had to keep rewatching. I know they were all 3 of them I think were out before I was born.
Oh, Burley, such a baby. Yeah, it's like yeah. Like I said, I was second year of high school. I was a basketball player, and when the first film came out in 1985, it's a great film. Yeah, and I took my son, like, I think when he was in junior high out here in Japan, they had like one weekend where they played the original Back to the Future at the theater. So I took him to the theater just to see it, and he really enjoyed it. So
right on.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, Back to the Future. So yeah, I mean, I thought the second film was interesting, and with Back to the Future Part 2, and there were some things, that actually became reality out of Back to the Future Part 2, like the hovering skateboard. They actually have those. Yeah, they only stay above ground for like 5 or 10 seconds or something like that. Yeah, but they're around. So yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, Fryman saying the Telltale game is probably the best attempt at a 4th film we'll get.
Yeah. So, yeah, good old Telltale. Yeah, and Fryman, let me know what you think. I'm considering, when it comes to the Telltale style of game, I'm thinking of playing The Expanse. So that's kind of an interesting take. I'd like to hear what you think about that. So yeah, but good stuff. Burley, any last words?
Well, first of all, thank you everyone that has come to the show. We really do appreciate it, whether you're watching live with us or watching the video here. We appreciate it. You can give a comment or a thumbs up, or if you do hear and you do like it, please subscribe. But also know we do also have the membership here on YouTube, so you can support that way and get some cool emoticons to interact with the chat. We also have super chat and super thanks as well to help support the content.
Yeah, and we also have a Patreon over at patreon.com/The Arena Productions. You can check out all of our content from YouTube over here. You can check it over on Patreon, and it's ad-free. And we have some exclusive content over there as well, like our post show for the Arena Gaming News podcast that we do on Saturdays. We also do the post show after we finish recording the regular episode, and that is exclusive to patrons. So yeah, so go and check out our Patreon as well. So good stuff over there. Yeah. So yeah, midweek, Burley. So are you streaming today?
No, I'm taking tonight off. I'm going to go to the actual movie theaters and go see the Ninja Turtles film.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Back to the Future was playing again. You're going to go see it finally.
I've seen the movie. I just haven't seen it in theaters.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's why you would go. You would go to see it in the theater, right? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. We'll go with that answer.
So the Turtles film, huh?
Yeah, I'm a Ninja Turtles fan.
Nice. Yeah, I was thinking of going to seeing the Miyazaki film. I asked my daughter if she had seen it yet, and she said no. And I'll probably just wait till it comes to TV, because they show Miyazaki films all throughout the summer here in Japan. Mm-hmm. So those Studio Ghibli films are on regular TV, like one every week is usually on or something. Yeah,
I was gonna say it's like let me guess, it's like in the heyday of The Simpsons where you could every 10 channels you turn you'd find one.
Well, not that many, but I mean, like Nihon Terebi, Japan TV, or probably Asahi TV or something like that. They'll, once a month, during the summer, they'll have one of the films. Like, I think they were playing, Spirited Away a couple of weeks ago on Japanese TV. So So it'll eventually come. So probably maybe around Christmas time they might have it playing. So we shall see. Anyway. All right. So I think that's going to do it for us for this Wednesday edition of the Arena Productions Live. So I've been your host, Expat, along with my co-host, Burley of Burleyman Gaming. So we hope to catch you tomorrow for the Thursday edition of the show. And like I said, and like Burley was saying, thank everybody for coming out. Fryman, thank you so much. And of course, Reaper, thank you so much for joining and being in the chat. And so thank you so much. And we hope to catch you tomorrow. So until then, take care, everyone. Peace out.
Bye, everyone.